Good evening and welcome to Freak Out to Chill Out. This evening we're going to think about the balance between self and other. And frequently we find ourselves trying to decide whether we should be looking after other people or whether we should be looking after ourselves. And I would like to suggest that the two aren't mutually exclusive. So I wrote a quote, a Buddhist saying about humility in yesterday's practice, that humility is not thinking less of yourself, but humility is thinking less about yourself. And I think sometimes, particularly if we're mothers or carers, we often end up looking after other people more than looking after ourselves. And as one woman commented yesterday, she's been so concerned with meeting everybody else's needs that she's become truly selfless. And this is not the ideal situation either, because if you're looking after people constantly, and this is something that I've experienced in my own life, being a single mother of 3 children, and also as a yoga therapist and a yoga teacher and a meditation teacher, my job is to look after other people. So doing that as a profession and doing that at home, I often found there was nothing left in the tank for myself, and so I burnt myself out because I put everybody else's needs above my own over and over again. And then I started to think and put myself as somebody with worthy needs in the same way that I gave everybody else's needs, and realized that if I collapsed, then the whole shebang collapsed and I would not be able to care for my children. And this is coming from somebody who has several chronic illnesses, and so when I crash, I really seriously crash. And so if I wasn't looking after myself and my own needs, both physically and emotionally, I wouldn't be able to care for the people that I was trying so hard to care for. And eventually that is what happened several times, actually, before I actually learnt this message. So really, it's not that my needs are any more than other folks. It's not that their needs are any more than mine. It's that our needs need to be balanced together. So things that will serve me in the long run will also serve the people around me and the people that I'm serving. And so, how do we discriminate? How do we determine where that line is? And I can guarantee you that you're not going to get it right all the time. But I think the real discrimination is to sit with yourself and just be still and go, actually, this might be a time where they can wait, where I'm actually so tired that if I don't do something for myself right now, then I will collapse and they will get none of their needs met in the coming days. So really, having your discrimination cap on is really, really very important. And in yoga, we have that as the throat center in yoga. So I know for women a lot, we have a lot of things, a lot of blockages around our throat, things that we haven't said, and or discriminations where we've not taken the best path for ourselves in terms of our long-term well-being. So tonight I'm going to do a practice that hopefully will nurture that part of ourselves that discriminates. And so for me, I'm going to put that in the throat. If during the practice you find yourself thinking about another part of your body that would represent that quality better, then when I say throat, you go to that part of the body, because this is about you, it's not about me. The colour I associate with discrimination is a turquoise blue. And anyone who knows me will see that I have a turquoise blue ring that I wear all the time. And I was giving yoga therapy to somebody a couple of years ago who was having a lot of difficulty with discriminating this exact thing. How do I know the difference if I'm being selfish? And I said, I'm going to give you this turquoise blue scarf, and I invite you to wear it around your throat whenever you're having this difficulty. And she found over time that she no longer needed it, because whenever she was putting it on, she was reminding herself to think about herself with the same love that she was thinking about other people. And that's the importance. That's where the difference is to think about yourself with the same love and care that you would think about other people. That's not selfish, by the way. So let's get on and get comfortable. We won't have as long a practice as we did last night. And I think that's perhaps my discrimination and my self-care. So once again, if you're lying down, this is for people who may be coming to the practice for the first time. If you're lying down, make sure that your knees are supported, your lower back, your chest, head, and that your neck is supported so that your chin is slightly tucked in, the back of your neck is long, and your chin will be then lower than your forehead, keeping you as alert to the words as possible. And if you're sitting, making sure that your feet are supported so there's no drag on your hips, that your lower back is supported, that your arms are supported so there's no drag on your shoulders, and that your shoulders are relaxed so that there's lots of space between your shoulders and your ears. So get comfortable, light blanket if you feel like you need it, something over your eyes if you feel like you need it. So allowing your attention to rest in your breath. Allowing your breath to soften and lengthen. Out breath easing out of your body. allowing your attention to rest in your jaw, your mouth, your nose, your ears, your eyes, your forehead, your whole face, attention in the crown of your head, the back of your head, your neck and your throat. Attention in your whole head and neck as you become aware of your intention for this practice. Allow it to arise. No need for forcing or thinking, just sense your intention. And then allow your intention to come to rest wherever you want it to in your body, wherever it wants to. Becoming aware of your left shoulder, upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, hand and fingers, entire palm and arm. Awareness into your right shoulder, sensing your way through your right upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, hand and fingers, entire right palm and arm. Sensing both arms and shoulders full of vital life force. Noticing the whole front of your torso, the whole back of your torso, bringing your attention to the area around your heart and noticing your heart's deepest desire. The thing that you want more than anything in your life right now. And then allow yourself to put that aside. Perhaps it might reside in your heart. As you move your attention down through your torso into your left hip, your whole left leg, left ankle and foot, whole left foot and hip, your pelvis, your right hip, whole right leg, whole right leg, foot and toes. Attention in both whole legs and pelvis. As you become aware of a way of being that enables you to bring your heart's deepest desire into your daily life. allowing that to come into your mind, a way of being, perhaps a daily practice. And now, as best you can, putting that to the side, bringing your attention into the whole front of your body. The whole back of your body. The whole left side, front and back. The whole right side, front and back. The whole outside of your body. And the whole inside of your body. Becoming aware of your whole body. And now bringing your attention to your inner resource. Perhaps a memory or an experience of something that brings you the feeling of unchanging being and well-being. It might be an embrace with a loved one, or a pet, or the sense of being on a beach, or in a forest, or on a mountain. Noticing the sensation that is associated with this experience. And my invitation to you is, in this state, interweave that sensation of being and well-being through the muscles and tissues of your whole body. Whole body being bathed in your inner resource. And now bringing your attention to the sensations of breath in your nostrils. Follow that breath through your sinuses, down the back of your throat, the beautiful sensations of expansion inside your lungs, and the relaxation as you exhale. Noticing the sensations of expansion in your diaphragm, relaxation as you breathe out, the sensations in your belly as you breathe in and as you breathe out. You may even feel sensations in your lower back, perhaps in your pelvis. Allowing your attention to rest in the base of your body as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And once again, if it feels appropriate for you, invite your inner resource to weave its way through the muscles and connective tissue of your whole body. Once again, bathing you from the inside with unchanging being and well-being, with self-love. Allowing your body to be breathed for you as your attention sits at the base of your body. And then whenever you're ready, and only if it's appropriate for you, allow your attention to rise into your sacrum, letting it rest there for a few breath cycles. Once again, interweaving the sensations of your inner resource if that feels appropriate. Allowing your attention to rise into the part of your spine that sits behind your navel. Once again, inviting this area to be fused with your inner resource. To your heart, feeling your heart bathed with inner resource. The unchanging feeling of being and well-being. And now your throat. Bathing your throat, the yogic center for discrimination. With your inner resource. And if it feels comfortable for you, imagining peacock blue and interweaving peacock blue with your inner resource, bathing your throat in self-love and discrimination. The freedom to know your truth and the freedom to calmly and kindly speak your truth. gently allowing your attention to rest either in your throat or wherever discrimination lies for you. And wherever that is, bathing that center with your inner resource. And if it feels appropriate, allow your attention to rise to the center of your forehead between your eyebrows. Easily and comfortable, letting your attention rest here. Imagining openness as best you can. Rising to the crown of your head, resting your attention at the crown of your head. With nowhere to go, nothing to do. And now my invitation to you is to remember this feeling. This feeling where your well-being is as important as the well-being of the people that you love. Where you can both look after yourself and look after the people that you love simultaneously. And I invite you to notice this feeling and embed it within you as an indication that will help you discriminate. This is what it feels like. So now I invite you to feel your breath once again. Allow your breath to move deeply into your belly as you notice the sounds and the movements that are associated with your breath. I invite you to notice the skin moving underneath your clothes and the contact, the sensation of your skin moving against your clothes. You may even notice your skin against the surface beneath you. You may notice the air on your skin. And if you should feel the need to move and wriggle on your way to wakefulness, allow that to happen as well. And if you feel a smile coming onto your face, allow that to happen. It's the smile of somebody who's just been loved. How cool is that? And if you're lying, you might want to come to sitting or you might not. No dramas either way. You might want to bring your hands together and palm them. You might want to put your hands over your eyes. You might not. You might want to massage through your scalp. Draw your hair away from your scalp. Allow yourself, give yourself permission to come back to full wakefulness in whatever way makes sense for you tonight. May all beings be at peace, and may you live in the true peace of your own heart. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, and I really do look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, same time, or as you listen at your leisure. And I do hope that you experience this love that you have for other people, except now it's also for yourself. Thank you. Good night. See you tomorrow.